What's good, y'all? Another week, another Regal Rundown. This week, we're going to be talking about Bahnsen Knights, man. I don't remember exactly how I ended up stumbling onto this game. I think I might have, picked up on it during a Steam sale and got it for super cheap, and then it just sat inside my library forever. We was on stream trying to find something to play after beating Astrobot. Astrobot video coming soon. We ended up going into my section of games where I got a bunch of short games, right? Games that's less than 10 hours. I went ahead and tried it out, man, and I don't regret it at all. Game only runs about 2 hours, so it's not long at all, and it's not a difficult game. It's a visual novel, and you know me, I'm not opposed to visual novels at all. Doki Doki Literature Club, Slay the Princess. I'm good for a visual novel or two every now and then. This one though, I had no expectations, but it somehow still met them all. So it's a very dark and grim setting in this, right? You play as a character named Boulder, trying to infiltrate this crazy car-obsessed cult in the 1980s who thinks that they can control the way that tornadoes travel. Your whole goal is to find out how this cult played a part in your best friend's death, along with cozying up to the actual leader of the cult, a man named Tony. Most of the game is going to be you just reading through the different progressions of the story, but you do end up with a lot of choices. So this is a decisions matter game. Choices do matter in this game. Even with myself, when I played, within the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game, I died because I made the wrong choice. I'll give an example because you know me, I try not to be very spoiler heavy. Just for the beginning of the game, I made a choice about staying on a certain radio station. Staying on the radio station that I was on ended up costing my life. And that's one thing about this game. There's a lot of ways to die in this game. I had one where I died. I didn't even realize how I died. I don't know if it was a glitch, a bug, or something. I had the dialogue on autoplay so I didn't have to keep clicking through everything, and I just popped up dead in 1 second. I don't know, but this game will show you a way to die, I'll tell you that much. As far as the actual narrative, great, lovely. They actually do a very good job of putting together a detective noir horror thriller type story together. It's really all of those genres together. I wouldn't lie to you. They really got all of them mixed in there. The soundtrack feels creepy. The visuals, the art style, it's like, imagine if you took old PC 98 games and instead of it being anime characters, it was dark, grisly comic book characters instead. If you look at some of the clips, or if you watch the VOD of me playing it, I did upload it on my other channel, you can see there's points of the game where I genuinely feel nervous about what may be coming next. I think Pixel Pulse also did a wonderful job with Boulder's story. They did a great job of making you actually care about the outcome of him and this mission that he's on. He cares truly for his family, very deeply about his wife and his daughter. He cares about the fact that his best friend has been killed or just disappeared, whatever it may be. He cares about finding out what happened to him. He cares about holding on to his morals as he goes deeper into this underground cult and not losing himself within it, even though losing himself is part of what helps him keep his cover. They did a great job with the character writing in this. The villain, Tony, is genuinely terrifying at times. I've really sat there feeling just how unpredictable he was. Even in moments where we would be treated like his best friend, you still couldn't feel comfortable, because who knew if he would just stab you in the back in the next moment. The other members of the cult all had distinct personalities. None of them very likable, but they weren't supposed to be likable. They were very much the type of people you did not want to spend time with. One in particular, Luca, I felt the same way Boulder felt the entire game. I wanted to hurt him. The game even has a few puzzles in there, which also led to me dying. You might have to pick a few locks. You may have time-based puzzles. You may have figuring out what item lines up with another item. It's interactive enough to where it's not you're just reading. There is some gameplay in it. One of my favorite parts of the game, actually, it took me a minute to learn it, but there was a part where I had to control the way that my car and the other cars moved when trying to perform certain tasks. They had this thing called a road exorcism. I know, sounds crazy. It is. But we were performing a road exorcism, and I had to make sure that our cars didn't run into other cars. There's another time we had to hijack a truck. I had to weave through traffic and get myself in position to hijack the truck. There's gameplay here. It's fun. And then If you failed at it, which I failed a few times, they gave you the option to not do it. And if you chose not to, it may affect the way the rest of the cult looks at you. They may trust you a little bit less. They have a loyalty meter. You can end up getting close with certain members of the cult, and then they end up trusting you more. Or if you make the wrong moves, they end up trusting you less, to the point of it even costing your life. There were a few instances where I made the wrong move, showed up in the wrong places, and that bar filled up all the way to the right, and it was a wrap for me. On the flip side, there was somebody that I helped trust me all the way, and their bar was completely empty, and as a result, they gave me access to a secret office. So there's no telling which way it goes. It really depends on the work that you put in and how you use that loyalty meter to your advantage. But I'm not trying to go too much into spoilers. Y'all know my motto: if you want to know more, you gotta go play it. It's on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC, and Mac. I personally got my copy on Steam. It goes for about $10, and there's 10 chapters in the game, each one more tense than the last one. If you're a content creator, this is a wonderful game to play on stream, as long as you're okay with talking. If you're one of those streamers like me that doesn't mind doing a little bit of voice acting, this game is going to be perfect for you in the chat, I promise. That being said, make sure y'all head into the comments. Let me know, have you played Bahnsen Knights? If you haven't, do you plan to check it out? Let me know what your favorite part of the game was. Like, let's chop it up in the comments. Let me know, man. Also, if you want to get early access to these Regal Rundown videos, you can head over to the Patreon, patreon.com/RobRegal. If you want to see me play the games I talk about, be sure that you catch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/RobRegalYT, or subscribe to my gameplay channel, youtube.com/RobRegal, and that's where I upload all of my stream gameplay. So that way you can keep up with it, you know, either way you want to go. That's it, man. Y'all be easy. If you love somebody, let them know. And I'll catch y'all on the next Regal Rundown, man. Peace.
Copyright strikes, I really don't like copyright.